2000, Pierce checked into a suite at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas and hanged himself. He was 25 years old. He left 2 suicide notes that were never...
Yo, what up? It's Amaj back at another video. Today we're about to be getting into a video by Studio Spill, and the video is going to be on next Friday, 12 facts you didn't know. Hey man, I'm ready for this reaction. I got my Friday t-shirt ready. Man, man, if you don't know this iconic scene, bro, I don't know what to tell you. But well, let's get into it.
Movies. When you beat up the neighborhood bully, you're supposed to live happily ever after.
12 weird facts about Next Friday. The sequel nobody trusted and audiences refused to let fail. Number 1. Chris Tucker chose Jackie Chan over Smokey. Remember when Chris Tucker's Smokey was the whole vibe of Friday? The energy, the one-liners, the panic-inducing paranoia every time Big Worm drove by? Yeah, Ice Cube remembers too. So when it came time to make Next Friday, Cube called Tucker and said, "We're doing a sequel." Tucker's response? "Nah, I'm good. I'm doing Rush Hour." And just like that, the guy who made Friday a cultural phenomenon walked away to become Jackie Chan's comedic side.
I mean, in hindsight, I kind of get why he walked away, because I mean, a certain amount of money he wasn't gonna get compared to Rush Hour. Because I mean, both would have been iconic movies. I'm glad he turned it down for Rush Hour, because Rush Hour is such an iconic ass movie, buddy cop thing, especially with them. But I kind of get personally why he turned it away. But then again, it would be great to see Smokey in Next Friday.
Sidekick. Can't really blame him. Rush Hour turned Tucker into a blockbuster superstar and eventually earned him $20 million for the sequels. But it left Ice Cube with a massive problem. How do you make a Friday movie without the guy who made Friday iconic? The answer became the blueprint for the entire film. Reinvent everything, move locations, introduce new characters, and hope nobody notices the absence. Spoiler alert, people noticed. They just didn't care enough to stop buying tickets.
Man, it's been what, a year since last time we kicked it at the family reunion?
Yeah, it was about a year, huh?
Yeah, let's get this straight. My channel may be named Amaje, but my real name is Daquan. But I'm named Day Day as a nickname, and bro, it's been so iconic because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Day Day from Friday." And man, I used to be like annoyed that I used to be compared, but like, nigga, I'm being compared to a great ass comedian.
Yeah, man.
Number 2, Ice Cube replaced Smokey with Day Day after auditioning multiple comedians. Ice Cube wasn't about to hand the role of Craig's new sidekick to just anyone. This wasn't a participation trophy situation. He needed someone who could fill the Smokey-shaped hole in the franchise without trying to be Smokey. So Cube did what any smart producer would do. He auditioned everybody. Comedians lined up. Marlon Wayans came through. Other comics got their shot. And through it all, Cube was watching, testing, making people sweat. He wasn't looking for another stoner philosopher. He needed someone manic, paranoid, and just unhinged enough to make suburban chaos feel authentic. The role of Day Day wasn't about replacing Chris Tucker. It was about creating something completely different. And Cube knew that if he got this casting decision wrong, the whole franchise was cooked. No pressure.
Let me get ready to go to work.
Number 3, Mike Epps was discovered by Ice Cube at a comedy club. Mike Epps wasn't a movie star in 1999. He was grinding comedy clubs.
I'm not gonna lie, this whole risk he taken, like, to make this movie was sort of pretty great, because he could have failed multiple times, like, you know, from Chris Tucker denying being in Next Friday. But like, it's clear like Ice Cube didn't go under pressure and, you know, just make some dumbass choices. At least he was smart from the first movie. It took his knowledge and made a second movie that was good.
Comedy jam, paying rent with stand-up sets, and praying for a break that might never come. Then, one night at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles, Ice Cube walked in. Epps did his set. Cube laughed. After the show, Cube approached him and said the words that would change Epps' entire life. "You might be Day Day, might be, not you are, not, the role is yours, might." Because even after Cube spotted the talent, Epps still had to prove himself through weeks of auditions, while Cube brought in other comedians to keep him honest. It was a test, and Epps later admitted he was so nervous on set that when they filmed his first scene, nobody laughed. Not the crew, not John Witherspoon sitting on a crate watching, nobody. Epps panicked and told Cube, "Man, they ain't laughing." Cube's response, "It ain't time. I'll let you know when it's time to be funny." That's cold and brilliant. The scene that finally won everyone over? The record store meltdown where Day-Day loses his mind over a customer complaining about a CD. Epps went off. The cast cracked up. John Witherspoon nodded approval, and just like that, a 2-decade film career was born. That one Comedy Store set launched everything. Hangover movies, Resident Evil sequels, 3 more collaborations with Ice Cube. All because Cube happened to be in the audience on the right night.
I'm not gonna lie, that's like a vision that, that made Ice Cube into a good director that he is right now and a good ass actor. And he told him, bro, I'll let you know when it's time to be funny. It may, I'm not gonna lie, that whole sentence seemed kind of cold, but like he was kind of right with it because that whole scene with Day Day in the record store was just fucking hilarious, my nigga. I ordered off Temu along with like some other shit. I ordered like the shit that says Day Day and like it has like the pinky record thing in the back, bro. That shit is hard, bro.
Number 4. Critics destroyed the movie, but audiences made it a hit. Let's be real, critics hated Next Friday, and we're not talking polite disappointment. We're talking scorched earth reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 22% critic score. The Boston Globe called it witless and predictable. USA Today said the humor was as fresh as the air left behind whenever John Witherspoon uses a toilet. That's not a review,
Oh my
that's a
God.
roast. But here's the thing. Critics didn't count on. Nobody making Friday movies was trying to win Oscars. They were making movies for the people who lived Friday every week. The folks who knew a Day-Day, who had an Uncle Elroy, who understood exactly what it felt like to get fired on your day off and have nowhere to go. But
See, this is like the part when the critics are just the most bullshitters of all. Like this movie was made for the culture, not for them. This just proves that like a lot of people just like jumping to conclusions, probably like a whole bunch of white people, but they like to jump to conclusions. I mean, even though a lot of white people like this movie, because I went into Costco the other day with my other like Friday shirt, and it was a fucking lady like, "Oh my God, I like your shirt." And then another Costco clerk told me too. But I'm saying like back in the day, a lot of those people kind of didn't get it because it wasn't for them. You can pick specific movies that's for you, but like he made this for the culture.
good. Number 5. Tommy Debo, Lister, appears shockingly little. Debo is the villain of Next Friday. The entire plot hinges on him. He escapes from prison in the opening scene. He spends the whole movie hunting Craig. The threat of Debo is everywhere, except Debo himself. Tommy Tiny Lister Jr. is on screen for maybe 10 minutes total, and it's genius. Because the movie doesn't need Debo constantly stomping through scenes to make him terrifying. The idea of Debo is scarier than Debo. You're watching Craig navigate suburban chaos, lottery broke relatives, psycho gang members next door, his cousin's baby mama drama, all while knowing Debo's coming. The tension builds, and when Debo finally shows up at the climax, ready to shoot Craig with an AK-47, he immediately gets bitten by a pit bull and arrested. It's anticlimactic and hilarious and perfect. Lister built a whole career playing intimidating tough guys, but Next Friday proved he was just as effective as a looming threat you barely see. Sadly, Lister passed away in 2020. Another legend
R.I.P.
gone. Number
I'm not gonna lie, that whole little thing was kind of really good. The storytelling in that was just really genius. Cause like you didn't want to have like a whole a whole villain surrounded by like Devo again, but you just have him like lingering in the background while like the Cholos became like the most important part of the whole thing. And then at the end, it meshed them together.
6. The DVD menu uses stills from a scene that isn't on the disc. This is the kind of 2000s DVD chaos that makes you wonder if anyone was actually paying attention. When Next Friday dropped on DVD in June 2000, the menus used production stills from a deleted scene. You know the one. Stanley, the neighbor from the first movie, meeting with a realtor and some woman in Rancho Cucamonga. The stills are right there in the menu. You can see them every time you navigate to play the movie. Check the special features, whatever. But the actual scene, not on the disc. Not in the deleted scenes. Not in the bonus features. Not anywhere. Someone at New Line Cinema apparently said, yeah, just use those production stills for the menu design.
Big head father.
Number 7. John Witherspoon improvised. Many of his most quoted lines. John Witherspoon's Mr. Jones is the secret MVP of Next Friday. Every scene he's in, he's complaining about something. Dog poop on his uniform, fleas and ticks, bad restaurant service, urgent
Oh,
messages
fucking
that don't
crying, bro. Holy shit. That's fucking hilarious. Nigga fell in dog shit. Every time somebody smelled this nigga, it was like, why does it smell like that? And then, and then his brother even made him sit on some newspaper.
exist. And here's the thing, most of it wasn't in the script. Ice Cube gave Witherspoon the freedom to riff, and Witherspoon, who'd been doing stand-up since the 1970s, just went off. The scene where Mr. Jones yells at Uncle Elroy about the fake phone message, improvised. The bit where Elroy points out the dog poop on Willie's uniform and Willie panics about sitting on the couch, improvised. Witherspoon's delivery was so naturally
Fucking
funny that the
genius.
crew learned to keep cameras rolling and let him cook. Some of the most quoted lines in the movie came from a 60-year-old comedian who'd been perfecting his grumpy dad routine for decades. Witherspoon passed away in 2019 at age 77, and Ice Cube publicly blamed Warner Bros. For not greenlighting Last Friday while the cast was still alive. We'll never get another Mr. Jones, and that hurts. Number 8, Justin Pierce died just 6 months after the film's
Oh my
release.
god. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I've never really like grew up kind of like checking out like behind the scenes and like all the actors and stuff. But me learning about Roach's death is just like sad, bro. I was sad to see that he passed away, and it passed away in the ultimately the worst way, bro. Like as soon as I learned of this, I really felt bad for him. It like he was like a crucial part of like Next Friday, and I heard he was about to become part of like the other Friday. Friday after next.
Justin Pierce played Roach, the white skater kid who works at the record store with Day Day and can't stay on his skateboard to save his life. Pierce wasn't an actor who learned to skate for the role. He was a legitimate skateboarder who'd been discovered by director Larry Clark while skating in Washington Square Park and cast in the controversial 1995 film Kids. He won an Independent Spirit Award for that role. He was 20 years old, and Hollywood was watching. Next Friday was supposed to be his breakthrough into mainstream comedy. The movie premiered in January 2000. 6 months later, July 10th, 2000, Pierce checked into a suite at the Bellagio Hotel in Las Vegas and hanged himself. He was 25 years old. He left 2 suicide notes that were never made public. The news stunned everyone. Ice Cube called him sweet and talented. Director Larry Clark was devastated. But clearly, Pierce was fighting battles nobody saw. It's one of those tragedies that hangs over a comedy.
It's really sad because you just never know what somebody's fighting behind the scenes, and they could just be appearing as like the most happiest person that can be. This is why you got to check on your family members, check on your friends, and everything.
Every time Roach appears on screen, there's this weight now, a reminder that fame doesn't fix what's broken inside. Number 9. The film opens with archival footage to write Smokey out. Ice Cube had to solve a narrative problem. How do you explain Chris Tucker's absence without making the audience feel like they got ripped off? The answer was simple and kind of brilliant. The movie opens with archival footage of Smokey from Friday, Chris Tucker hitting his iconic lines, looking exactly like we remember. Then Ice Cube's voiceover kicks in, Smokey's in rehab. That's it, 3 words, no drama, no replacement actor trying to fill Tucker's drug addict in the first movie. Of course he's in rehab. It made sense. And by using actual footage instead of pretending Smokey never existed, the movie acknowledged what everyone loved about Friday while making it clear this was a different story. Respect to Ice Cube for not trying to gaslight the audience. Number 10. Ice Cube.
It's cool as hell because usually a lot of people be having like remorse. I mean, not remorse, but like kind of some type of vendetta against like people when they deny stuff. I mean, this Ice Cube we talking about. At least he kept it like a real nigga and just say, yeah, he in rehab.
Cube wrote the entire script alone. The first Friday was a collaboration. Ice Cube and DJ Pooh co-wrote it, bouncing ideas off each other, building the world together. Next Friday, that was all Cube. Solo writing credit, and it shows. Not in a bad way. In it, this is what happens when a rapper turned producer takes complete creative control. Way. Cube wrote every joke, every character arc, every plot twist. He also produced the film, supervised casting, and had final say on everything from the soundtrack to the marketing. It was exhausting, and it was a test. Could Ice Cube carry a franchise on his own? Could he write a sequel that worked without his original co-writer and without Chris Tucker? The answer was yes. Next Friday made nearly $60 million. But Cube also learned something important. Producing is harder than rapping. You can't just write 16 bars and walk away. You have to see it through from script to screen to box office. And if it fails, there's nobody else to blame.
Boy, that woman gonna be the death of me one day.
And the moment he stopped being just a rapper turned actor and became a Hollywood power player. Cube didn't direct Next Friday. That job went to Steve Carr, a music video director making his feature film debut, but Cube controlled everything else. Script, but became a machine. Over the next 2 decades, the company produced Barbershop, proved you didn't need a studio executive's permission. 19 on the Billboard 200. It featured Eminem, Aaliyah, Wu-Tang Clan, Bone Thugs, In Harmony, Snoop Dogg, and Ice Cube. Basically a greatest hits compilation disguised as a movie soundtrack. The lead single, You Can Do It, by Ice Cube, Mac 10, and Ms. Toy, became a club anthem. It sampled Africa Bambaata's Planet Rock and got played at every party, pep rally.
I'm not gonna lie, this was played everywhere in the damn early 2000s. Hey, bro, that song literally, like, bro, it literally just embodiments like black culture right there. I'm not gonna lie, because you see this, it's always like a black party, like playing that shit. Like, you can't go to like a black party in like those early days without hearing that like play everywhere.
And wedding reception for the next 3 years. People out of loyalty to Chris Tucker. When Chris Tucker walked away, Ice Cube had a choice. He could recast Smokey with another actor and pretend nothing changed, or he could respect Tucker's decision and build something new. Cube chose loyalty. He didn't badmouth Tucker in interviews. He didn't try to replace him with a knockoff. He acknowledged Smokey's absence, wrote him out cleanly, and moved on. That
Bro, hey, I'm not gonna lie, that is some real nigga shit from Ice Cube. That's why he's admired as one of like one of the legendary rappers of this era, and in some way as a good legendary film director in his own way. Bro, I fuck with this channel, Studio Spill. I haven't leaked in the comments below, but like, these are some pretty good facts that I didn't really know. Some of them I knew, but like, these were some really good facts and put me up to knowledge and up to date on the next Fridays. But hey, if you guys like that reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. We on the road to 300 subscribers. Catch you guys in the next video.